What's going on today, YouTube? I hope you guys all had a great day. If you're new to my channel, I go through the stock market, try to teach you guys things I wish I knew when I first started. Sum it up. If you like this kind of content, subscribe to my channel. I post daily videos. Hit that notification bell if you want to be alerted when I post. I try to do it around 6 p.m. every night, give you an idea. So I talk long-term, short-term, day trading, technical analysis, swing trading. Cover it all. If you like this kind of content, you want to learn more, stay tuned. Today, I'm going to talk to you about dividends. I'm going to cover what they are, why companies issue them, why companies don't issue them, and the good and bad of doing this. As you guys know, if you watch my other videos, I like using examples. So we're going to just look at Ford for the past, this is just a 3-year chart. And this is on TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Instead of going through the SEC filings, it's nice. I like how they have it all displayed right on the chart. Okay, so Ford, they pay their dividends every quarter, 4 times a year. And I know my head's in the way of that one, but you can kind of see 0.15. But anyway, they've paid, if you look at the top, dividend 0.15 or 15 cents. Dividend 15 cents, dividend 15 cents, dividend 15. Dividend 15, dividend, they're all dividend 15 to the very end. This is a case of a company paying consistent dividends. Dividends are just when a company issues a payment to their stockholders every quarter. Quarterly dividends a lot of the time make shareholders happy because they know they are getting something while they are invested in their stock for many years or years to come, whatever. So a dividend is a payment you actually get. A lot of people reinvest their dividends. A lot of people cash them out, use them for their actual income. I mean, if you hold like thousands of shares, the dividend can add up. It can add up for every quarter, not too much, but if you own 1,000 shares of Ford every quarter, you would get $150. Now, that's not that much, but if you have tens or hundreds of thousands, the payment really starts coming in. So, okay, dividends are just payments you get. Now, they are per share. So if you own 100, you get $15 per quarter. If you own 1,000, $150, so on. This is a company's way of just giving back to their shareholders. They want to make sure that their shareholders are happy. They are getting a little piece of their revenue because they are invested in their company. When you invest in their company, you're always like a part owner. They want to give you back a piece of what they earn every quarter, every year, every decade, so forth. So that's a short explanation of why they issue them. Now, why they do not issue them. There are companies out there, and they have been right in cases and they have been wrong in cases. They will say they will not issue dividends because they can reinvest the money that they would be paying you better than it would help you out. So they're saying if they just pay you that amount per share, you cash it out, or you reinvest it, they think they can do better. So instead of paying all their shareholders all that money, they're reinvesting it into their company because they can make more for that. And this has happened in the past where a company said they weren't going to pay dividends and their stock price went from, I think, $10 the whole way to $2,000 some dollars. It was an oil and gas company when oil was booming. And that made all their shareholders happy because they were like, oh, well, yeah, for sure. You not paying us dividends, that really made the company go spike like crazy. You guys obviously know how to use your money better than we can spend it. So it made everyone happy. And there have been cases at this actual company, it went the whole way up to there and then came the whole way back down to $40. But this is why companies will argue they will not pay dividends. So if the managers are good and you actually know they are doing good with the money, it is not a big problem that you are not getting dividends. You should only worry if they're not paying dividends, you know they're a profitable company, and they do not become more profitable. If they're not spending this money wisely that they could be paying you, they should be paying you. An example of this is Microsoft. Microsoft did the same thing. They said they were not going to pay dividends because they could reinvest the money better than you could use it. They tried to do it. They did it for a long time, and he actually came to conclusion that the company got to a certain point where all this extra money coming in, he had nothing he could possibly do with it to make the company better. Now, you can argue this could be bad management, but if a company physically, no matter what they do or try, cannot spend more money to make the company grow and expand, they might as well pay you. They're either putting more money in their pockets or they're giving some of their wealth to you. So these are two cases where dividends getting paid off and dividends getting paid did not pay off. This is very hard to do, but the easiest you can do is look at the managers and look how they're using their money. If their profits are going, they're not paying dividends or not increasing their dividends, figure out where it's going. If it's just making them more rich, maybe you should look elsewhere, go to invest in a different company. But it's not going to be an easy task to figure out. You got to probably dig through these SEC filings, go through their 8K filings, figure out where this extra money is going and if it is helping you or not helping you. Paying dividends or not paying dividends, the good and bad. Now, the good would be they're paying dividends, makes their shareholders happy. The bad would be not paying dividends and not using them in the company to make the company expand. Easiest way I can explain it. But this is why, the biggest point in here, I just want to make you guys aware. Do not just be scared away from a company because they are not paying dividends. They could be using that money for good to increase their stock price, which is going to make you guys more money in the future. Just be cautious and be careful and figure out if they're actually using it wisely or not using it wisely. No company out there is set in stone. Like, if they do this, you should get out. If they do this, you should get in. It's more of an art. Figure out every company's different. They're going to use their money differently than the next company. And it's hard. This is why you need to pay attention. That's why sometimes it's easier to just be invested in a handful of companies rather than 100, because you can follow these companies. You can't follow 100 companies, figure out what they're doing day in and day out. You can follow 5 companies and figure out what they're doing day in and day out. You just don't have the time or maybe even the attention span to keep with that many companies. Even if you are an investor looking to invest in single stocks, start out with 1. Once you figure out, okay, this is the routine I need to go through, this is how I need to be checking what they're doing, go to 2. Once you get 2 down, go to 3. Don't just dive right in and try to cover 5 companies at one time. Start small, get bigger. When you get better, once you do this more often, you'll get better at it. It'll become faster to you, and it'll become easier. Last point I want to leave is just look for, if you want to invest in companies that had dividends, make sure they're consistent. And I'm just saying this because you can see, you can go on forward and look yourself, but I'll leave this up for a second. See, dividends 15 cents, earnings 45 cents. Dividend 15, earnings 49 cents. 58 actual. Their dividends are most likely going to stay consistent and their earnings are going to fluctuate. That's just one thing to know. A good company will keep their dividends consistent, even though their earnings fluctuate. They're not going to change their dividend like, oh, we got more, so I'm going to give more. They're probably going to stay consistent. So if you like this video, helped you out, leave a like, comment below, share it to someone else that could use it. Subscribe to my channel. I come out with daily videos like this trying to educate you guys on the stock market. So I will see you guys tomorrow.